The man charged with murder in a downtown Dallas shooting was in court today, trying to get his bond reduced. Marissa Armas was there for the judge's decision.
A Dallas County courtroom filled with dozens of family members representing both the victim and the suspect.
We will ask that you lower the bond.
On Wednesday, 34-year-old Kendrick Finch made his first court appearance for his bond hearing, a judge deciding not to reduce Finch's $500,000 bond.
The evidence presented by both the state and the defense, the writ is denied and the bond remains at $500,000.
Finch is accused of shooting and killing 28-year-old Ashley Long on April 5th. According to an arrest affidavit, Finch told investigators that he shot Long after a man she was with brushed his hand along the passenger side of a passing Mercedes as they were walking across the street. Surveillance video played in court shows Finch getting out of the car with a gun as the man with Long also pulls out his gun from her purse. That's when shots were fired. Finch's attorney says it was self-defense.
With regards to that video, it was clear to us who started it, and it was clear to us who was approaching his vehicle. And at that point, we believe the law allows him to defend himself. And you'll hear a lot more about that in trial.
Long's family declined to speak to CBS News Texas on Wednesday, but did share their pain with us in late April, saying that Long was a Houston area real estate agent who was in Dallas for a networking trip.
A night out on the town and then being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I feel dead inside. She was my everything.
In Dallas, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
The Frisco City Councilwoman Tammy Minershagen, who is up for re-election, is apologizing for making insensitive comments. The audio recordings were shared online on Friday, just before Saturday's election. The audio, which CBS News Texas has chosen not to play because some might find it offensive, talks about the incumbent's views on other council members, the city's firefighters approaching her about her campaign, Indian voters who live and work in Frisco, and a lot more. It was posted on a blog called the Frisco Chronicles Whistleblower. Minershagen broke her silence on social media.
When we make mistakes, we must own them. We must not shift blame. Recently, I was asked to go to a friend's house and share my experience, my frustrations, the good, bad, and the ugly of being on council. I shared it all. I thought it was a safe space, but it was not. But the failure is fully mine, and I own that. Words can hurt deeply, and I sincerely apologize to those I have hurt with my words.
Well, Minershagen is running for City Council Place 2. The race now heads to a runoff election on June 7th.
CBS News Texas is your official Cowboys station. The Cowboys traded for a wide receiver while many of us were sleeping this morning.
Our Bill Jones was up all night. He found out about it first. I'm just kidding. He is joining us now with the details of the wheeling and the dealing. Really, so many people were shocked this morning.
It was a cryptic tweet from C.D. Lamb last night. They got me on the hunt. The Cowboys have found their wide receiver 2 behind C.D. Lamb, making a trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers for their talented but at times temperamental receiver, George Pickens. The Cowboys give up next year's 3rd-round pick plus a 2027 5th-rounder, and in return they receive Pickens and a 27 6th-round pick in the deal that was announced this morning. A former 2nd-round draft choice himself, Pickens has averaged 16 yards of reception in his 3 years in the league. He is known for making highlight reel catches, and he has been fined by the league 9 times the last 2 years for his actions on the field. He is entering the final year of his rookie contract.
All us football players got a little bit of edge to him, and he is one of those guys. So when you think of people that he might be like, he could be a little Des Bryant-ish. He could be a little Michael Irvin-ish. If George Pickens comes in and does what he's supposed to do, we automatically jump back into the talk of maybe we're a divisional champ.
Meanwhile, the other big sports story takes place tonight on the ice north of the border. Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Stars play Game 1 of their 2nd-round Stanley Cup playoff series against the Winnipeg Jets, a team that had the best record in the league during the regular season. Stars leading scorer Jason Robertson will be a game-time decision as the Stars try to win in a hostile environment tonight.
We have to handle the momentum in that building. You know, the one thing you take from the St. Louis series is they were a different team at home than they were on the road, Winnipeg, and at home in that building, you know, they really feed off their crowd and that environment.
Their building is a tough place to play at. You know, they won all 4 home games against St. Louis, and that was a difference maker in that series, to start well and try to frustrate their team.
And it will be another late night tonight because the puck drop is after 8:30. But, you know, sleep is overrated.
Yeah, who needs that, right?
Exactly.
All right, Bill, thanks.
Thank you, Bill. Well, it is a new travel requirement, 20 years in the making. Starting today, the nation's airports began enforcing Real ID. We're going to tell you how it's going and what passengers can do if they miss the deadline.
And a canoe trip turns tragic in Florida when a couple encounters an alligator. What authorities are now saying about this latest attack.
And so far this month, we've had some pretty good rain here across North Texas, but it's going to warm up and it's going to dry up. We'll talk about that coming up.
Here it is right by the front door. Bitcoin, Dogecoin.
This guy's selling my kid, THC product.
What are you taking me to jail for?
Listen, you've sold to some underage kids recently.
No.
Our kids are worth it. Our kids are worth fighting for.
In Kansas, you'll find as many experiences as stars in the sky. A fresh landscape dotted with destinations for everyone, no matter what you're looking for. From riveting new adventures to reliving the past, you'll find a wide open world of possibilities. Find your new favorite view exploring a wondrous state. Take a stellar trip to the stars.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Embassy Suites Denton Convention Center. Browse over 40 hot tubs from major brands at huge savings this weekend at the Embassy Suites Denton Convention Center.
Every year, thousands of people are seriously injured in crashes involving large trucks and 18-wheelers. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe that justice should be accessible to all truck accident victims, regardless of their financial situation. This is why we're happy to offer our no-win, no-fee promise. When you hire Thomas J. Henry, you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry handles serious trucking cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Are you living with tired floors? Well, wake them up fast and save a ton of money with 50 Floor. 50 Floor has a huge assortment available. Most jobs can be completed in just one day. Go to 50floor.com today and you'll see why 50 Floor is the ultimate flooring experience.
Only West Shore Home makes getting a new bathroom so easy. Right now, enjoy 4 years of interest-free financing. Get your dream bath design and make it interest-free until 2029. This allows you to get your new dream bath right now without worrying about paying anything in interest for 4 full years. At West Shore Home, we help hundreds of homeowners each week replace their old bath, and our expertly trained design consultants and in-house installation teams are ready to assist you from start to finish. Whether you're just in the planning phase or ready to get started, we'll show you all the modern styles and options and work with you to design your dream bath. Flash sale savings are extended this week only. Now is your chance to get that project started with flash sale savings. Call and schedule your appointment to lock in 48 months of interest-free financing. Limited appointments are still available, so you need to act now. Plus, for any homeowner that calls today, I'll take an extra $2,500 off your project. $2,500 off just for calling today. Don't miss out. Call now or visit westshorebath.com.
The last 3 years, I've saved $5,000. Ownwell made the process extremely easy. Customer service was amazing. Having 3 children is not cheap, so saving any way we can, it's been a really good experience.
Big selection, big savings, big ideas at NFM.
India and Pakistan are embroiled in their worst confrontation since 2019, when the nuclear-armed neighbors came close to the brink of war. India fired missiles into Pakistan and its disputed territory in Kashmir Wednesday, killing more than 20 people. India says the strikes were in retaliation for militant attacks that killed more than 24 people, mostly tourists, in India-administered Kashmir last month. India accused Pakistan of backing the attack, a charge that Islamabad denies.
India exercised its right to respond and preempt, as well as deter more such cross-border attacks. These actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate, and responsible.
Pakistan called the strikes an act of war and claimed it shot down several Indian fighter jets. The countries have fought 2 wars over the Himalayan region of Kashmir. The disputed land is split between them, but both sides claim full ownership of the territory.
A tragic story out of Florida. An alligator attacked and killed a woman in a lake near Orlando. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the victim and her husband were canoeing in Lake Kissimmee State Park yesterday when the gator struck, tipping the canoe over. An officer at the scene reported the husband tried to intervene, but he was unable to stop the predator.
We are working hard to understand exactly what happened. While alligator attacks resulting in fatalities are extremely rare, this tragedy serves as a somber reminder of the powerful wildlife that share our natural spaces.
Wildlife officials say the victim was pronounced dead after authorities recovered her body. Nuisance alligator trappers were called to the scene and pulled 2 gators from the water. One of the reptiles matched the size and the description of the alligator involved in the incident.
Beginning today, Americans traveling within the U.S. must show an upgraded identification known as Real ID in order to board a plane. The new law is causing some irritation, but not much turbulence. CBS's Christian Benavides is in West Palm Beach, Florida, with the story.
It's deadline day, and in Florida, state transportation officials were ready. They say 99% of residents here are Real ID compliant. That includes Julian Gompertz.
I went into my wallet probably about 2 hours before my flight to make sure I had a Real ID, and I still brought my passport in case there were any issues when I got here.
Make sure you have your Real IDs or passports.
Travelers over 18 years old flying within the U.S. now need the upgraded identification, marked with a gold or black star to get through security.
I just double checked on the little star and it was on there, so no problem.
Those who are not compliant with the new rule may face extra screening.
It's a valid ID that will be able to go forward and to make sure that we know who's traveling on our federal transportation system.
Chicago opened a supercenter to handle the last-minute rush for Real IDs. Tommy Triplett got there at 2 a.m.
Just want to get it done just to make sure that I'm able to get on that flight to go see my son.
The security upgrade has been 20 years in the making. Congress signed it into law after 9/11, but the deadline has been delayed for years. In California, a frustrated Brandy Marshall didn't see the point.
If you got a driver's license, most likely it's you. So why you need all this extra stuff?
The Department of Homeland Security says more than 80% of travelers nationwide have complied with Real ID. Heading into the busy summer travel season, it's promising full enforcement. Christian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
In addition to passports, the TSA will also accept tribal identification, military IDs, enhanced IDs, or global entry cards. The department says it will enforce the law without impacting wait times.
The Federal Reserve held interest rates steady today. The central bank decided against cuts as President Trump's economic policies evolved. The Fed's pause on lowering interest rates began in January. Economists say the Fed is caught in a wait-and-see approach, and the next round of economic data should swing one way or the other. That would provide a better read on the impact of the president's tariff policies.
All right, let's turn things over to our first alert meteorologist, Jeff Ray. We had a fog alert, right, this morning, but it didn't last that long, did it?
No, it dissipated rather quickly, and we ended up with a nice mid-morning and a nice afternoon as well. Here's your headlines. If you're looking for some more rain, again, best chance is going to be this coming Friday afternoon. And it's not that great of a chance. I'll show you in just a minute. But a north wind that is around today will be around all the way into the weekend. That's keeping temperatures down a bit, like in the 70s, which is always nice. But hot and drier weather is expected next week. When I say hot, I mean like we're going to go into the 90s again. As we take a look at your forecast, zooming into a little bit Dallas area, downtown, we expect temperatures to peak in the upper 70s this afternoon. If you're out this evening, it'll be very pleasant. Temperatures will be around 70 by 10 p.m. under mostly clear skies. And then we get to the morning tomorrow, probably clear skies as well there with temperatures starting around 60 degrees. It'll be a nice morning. The dew points, because of this north wind, kind of kept in check. So next 2 days look like this. We're in the upper 70s tomorrow. We're in the mid 70s on Friday. And the reason for that is a 30% chance of rain in the afternoon. We're not expecting severe weather, but I think with the cloud cover and the north wind, we'll keep the temperatures down. It looks something like this. This is Wednesday as we go into across the afternoon. I wanted to point out that we're still not done with this tiny 10% chance of thunderstorms. Forecast models continue to show some activity, but I just think it's very doubtful. It'll be kind of the same story tomorrow afternoon. We'll put in this 10% chance of rain. It's mostly because of the rain coming out of the southwest. It'll go directly south of us, but we do think that we're going to have most of this rain show up on Friday. It is going to be scattered about on Friday. I do think your chances of severe weather are pretty much nil, but you can see how widely spread it is across the map. So we only put it at 30%. Weekend forecast looks like this. Nice. We're in the mid-70s both days. We've got the north wind both days and just a few clouds. We're going to have a nice weekend. This is the entire footprint, by the way, of the rain for the next 7 days. And it really is just from one day on Friday. The next best chance of rain that I can find is an active dry line at kind of the end, well, in the middle towards the end of next week. And it's going to cause some rain and thunderstorms to our west, and they might move in. We're going to put in these chances a little higher as we get in towards the weekend. That would be next weekend. This weekend looks great. So I'm just saying, here we are in May, and things are looking pretty dry. You got temperatures ramping up. By Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be back in the 90s. Guys, it's been like a month since we've had a 90-degree day. Yeah.